Told you there's one SUV that can survive deserts, floods, broken roads, and still look premium enough to park outside a five-star hotel. Today on GMJ Drives, we're diving into the all-new 2026 Toyota Fortuner review, and, trust me, this one is not just an update, it's a complete transformation. For years, the Fortuner has ruled markets like Asia, Africa, and Australia. Built on the same DNA as the Hilux, it earned a reputation for being nearly indestructible. But let's be honest, older Fortuners were tough, not comfortable, strong, but not exactly modern. So the big question is, has Toyota finally fixed that balance? Let's find out. Starting from the backside. And wow, this is where the Fortuner instantly looks more premium than ever before. The rear design feels wider, more planted, and seriously aggressive. The LED taillights are now sharper, stretching slightly into the body, giving it a more connected and high-end look. You also get that bold Fortuner badging right in the center, making sure no one mistakes what you're driving. The rear bumper has this rugged, almost armored design. It's not just for style, it actually gives that off-road ready feel. And the reflectors and lower skid-style elements make it look like it's ready to jump off the road anytime. But here's something I want to ask you. Do you like SUVs that look aggressive from the back, or do you prefer a more clean and simple design? Tell me in the comments. Moving to the left side profile. This is where things start getting really interesting. The first thing you notice is the height. This SUV sits tall, and I mean properly tall. You instantly feel that road presence. The body lines are now much sharper compared to older models. Toyota has clearly moved away from soft curves and gone for a more muscular, chiseled look. Those large wheel arches? They're not just for show, they're built to handle rough terrains, stones, mud, everything. And the alloy wheels? Absolutely stunning. Multi-spoke design, dual-tone finish, and they fill up the arches perfectly. Wrapped in chunky all-terrain tires, this thing looks ready for action even while standing still. You also get side steps, which are actually useful because getting inside without them would be a climb. And that tells you something. This is not just a city SUV. Now let me ask you something. Would you actually take a car like this off-road, or would you just use it for city driving? Coming around to the right side, the story continues. But here you start noticing the premium touches more clearly. The chrome door handles, the blacked-out pillars, and that floating roof effect. It all adds a modern vibe to this otherwise rugged machine. The contrast between the body color and the darker roof really gives it a sporty look. It's like Toyota is saying, yes, this car is tough, but it can be stylish too. The mirrors are large, practical, and give you great visibility, something you'll appreciate when driving a vehicle of this size. Now let's talk about something. Many people care about the interior. Step inside the 2026 Toyota Fortuner, and this is where the biggest upgrade has happened. Finally, it feels like a premium SUV from the inside, not just from the outside. The dashboard design is completely refreshed. Softer materials, better finishes, and a more modern layout. You'll notice the large touchscreen right in the center. It's faster, sharper, and finally feels up to date. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is something people expect nowadays. And behind the steering wheel, there's a fully digital instrument cluster that can show everything, from speed to navigation to off-road angles. Yes, off-road data. Because this SUV still remembers where it came from. The seats are more comfortable now with better cushioning and support. Long drives, much easier than before. And since it's a 7-seater, space matters. And Toyota has worked on improving legroom, especially in the second row. The third row? Let's be honest. It's still best for kids or shorter trips, but that's normal in this segment. One thing I really like is that Toyota hasn't removed physical buttons completely. Climate. Controls are still easy to use even while driving. And trust me, when you're on rough roads, touchscreens alone can be annoying. Here's a question for you. What matters more to you in a car interior? Big screens or comfort and practicality? Now let's get to the heart of the machine, the engine. The 2026 Toyota Fortuner brings some serious upgrades here. Depending on the market, you'll see different options, but the biggest highlight is the introduction of hybrid technology. Yes, a Fortuner hybrid. This means you get a combination of a turbo engine with an electric motor. And no, this isn't just for fuel saving, it actually improves performance. You get better low-end torque, smoother acceleration, and quieter driving. Imagine having diesel-like pulling power, but with petrol-like smoothness. That's what this setup aims to deliver. Of course, Toyota is likely to keep the diesel option as well because, let's be real, many Fortuner buyers still prefer diesel for its reliability and torque. And this SUV is still built on a ladder frame chassis. That means real strength, real durability. This is not a soft crossover pretending to be an SUV. You also get proper 4x4 capability, low-range gearbox, and terrain modes. Sand, mud, rocks, you name it. This thing is designed to handle it. So let me ask you, would you go for the hybrid version or stick with the classic diesel? Now let's talk about price. The Fortuner has never been cheap, and the 2026 model is no different. In fact, with all these upgrades, you can expect the price to go even higher depending on the variant and country. But here's the thing. People don't buy Fortuner because it's cheap. They buy it because it lasts. Resale value is insanely strong. Maintenance is relatively simple. And reliability? That's where Toyota dominates. So even if you pay more up front, you save money in the long run. Now, final verdict. The 2026 Toyota Fortuner is no longer just a tough SUV. It's now a complete package. It keeps its legendary durability, but finally adds comfort, technology, and a premium feel. But it's not for everyone. If you only drive in the city and want something super soft and car-like, you might be better off with something like a crossover. But if you want power, presence, reliability, and the ability to go anywhere without thinking twice, the Fortuner is still king. It's bigger, smarter, and more capable than ever before. So what do you think? Has the Fortuner improved enough to stay on top, or do competitors now offer better value? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow GMJ Drives for more powerful, real, and detailed car content. Until next time, drive safe, and remember, the best roads are often the ones that don't even exist.